Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Peter Barber here, professional singer and music producer, and I just had an absolute blast breaking down Olivia Rodrigo's new song, The Cure. Big deep dive in the music and the vocals. Really enjoyed it. I am really here to pick things apart and help you all appreciate an artist like this even more. What she's doing vocally, what she's doing with the songwriting, what the mixing and mastering engineers are doing to bring this song to that professional, lively, wonderful place that it is. So I hope I do that. I hope you learn something. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and I'll see you after. Look at this. Wait. Imagine. You're such an A-lister that you can actually change the scrolling icon on YouTube. Goals. Very cool animation. Okay, feeling...
All the pretty girls in the foreground of my mind. I thought I'd done enough, but they keep moving the line.
This feels so like 90s alternative. Like 90s alternative rock is the vibe I'm getting from this acoustic. Like even the way the kind of acoustic environment is set, the way the kind of the actual color of the instrument, the way it's EQ'd, and the whole thing gives off very much like 90s alternative rock vibes before the drums come in, right? And Olivia comes in this very, very light place of singing, right? She's in her chest voice. She's connected to her chest voice, but she's so far away from the power belting or anything like that. She's very much matching the musical energy of this acoustic guitar, which is much more pulled back, sort of subdued sound, right? It gives us a long way to go in that way, to where, you know, if you start off the song coming out hot, guns blazing, you don't really have a place to build from there. So Olivia Rodrigo giving herself a lot of daylight, a lot of real estate to work with before the song gets to a climax, essentially.
All the pretty girls in the foreground of my mind. I thought I'd done enough, but they keep moving the line.
She's even popping up, possibly. In the line. Getting up to that A flat 4, which easily reachable in a pure chest connection for Olivia Rodrigo. We've heard her sing far higher before, but in this very intimate place, you get up to that A flat, you do have to start putting a little bit more of that, a little bit more power behind it. We're not up into the, you know, belt quality yet, but given how intimate she's approaching this first verse here, flipping up into a sort of head voice, where the mechanism's much lighter, the sound is much breathier and softer, actually makes sense because it's more consistent with the timbre, the vocal color she's getting in her chest voice in the lower parts of that section.
I thought I'd done enough, but they keep moving the line.
I think that is what's happening. She's flipping up registration.
Thought I found the antidote this time. I thought I found the antidote this time.
So we go to the relative major here in what seems like a pre-chorus, but I don't know the structure of the song yet. Let me go back a little more. So she's really going back and forth between, I mean, it depends how you play it, right? A song, there's what's called relative minor and relative major. So for example, C major, the relative minor is A minor. So A minor has the same scale as C major, it just starts on the A. So, and then C major, same scale as A minor, just starts on the C. So if you're in a minor key, for example, if you're in A minor, but then you go to the 3 chord, that's a C major chord. So it kind of depends on how you play it, but often songs during verses, then during the pre-chorus and during the chorus can kind of play around with the relative majors and minors to really change the feeling of the song. You might have a song that sounds moody or aggressive in the verse and you want that to be in the relative minor, then when the chorus hits, you go to the relative major if you want it to be like uplifting or something. Anyway, that's a whole rabbit hole.
But they keep moving the line. Thought I found the antidote this time. I thought I found the antidote this time.
C sharp major.
All the nights I spend fighting bad thoughts in my room. Feeling so alone, might as well be on the moon.
This combination of live action and animation is really, really interesting and unique in a way I haven't seen much of before. Very, very cool. Just a brief comment on that. I will always get sucked away into the music, and forgive me, almost everything visually will go straight over my head because I'm locked in on the music. I got you on the music, but yeah, there's simply not enough bandwidth to, for example, I'll do a music analysis and people will say, well, why didn't you catch this in the visuals? And I'm like, or they'll say, what about this lyric? And I'm like, you just can't do it all. At least you can't do it all in one pass. Could I go through and then go back and do it again, or take 5 times as long and do it all? Yes. But I'm also not an expert in music videos. I've made plenty of them, but my expertise is in music. So that's where I try to stay in my lane here on the YouTubes.
Fighting bad thoughts in my room.
But here we have a practical hearts here, right? There's
all the nights I spend fighting bad thoughts in my room.
But this very much looks like she's grabbing hold on like a 2D thing, but it's a practical heart here, right?
All the nights I spend fighting bad thoughts in my room.
That's trippy.
Feeling so alone, might as well be on the moon. I thought I found the antidote with you.
Guitar picking up a little bit, right?
Thought I found the
a little more energy.
Antidote with you. But my head is...
See how it's very subtle, right? It's very subtle what the guitar is doing, but the strums get a little more aggressive. And even if you're not paying attention to that, which most people probably aren't, you will feel it. You will feel that something is happening in the music that is causing a rise in energy and that it feels like it's leading somewhere. And this is one way to do it. If you're just using acoustic guitar in your backing track, this is one great tool as a songwriter, performer you can use to really elevate the energy of a song going into a chorus or a section, however you want to do it. Just increase the intensity of the guitar strikes when you're hitting the chords selectively. Of course, it doesn't have to be every chord is heavier set, but it's a great way to use it, and you can feel it. It feels like it's building towards this chorus beautifully. There's our chorus. She's just a great songwriter. Really phenomenal. So we're again up to this C. We're in C sharp major, so she keeps going up to the 5, which technically G sharp, but typically A flat is. I just think of that note as A flat, but they're the same note. It's called inharmonic. G sharp and A flat, same note. Different naming of them. So good. Something I love about the mixing. So this is how a sound engineer makes the sounds all balance in the final product you hear. I love their use of multi-tracking. So what they'll do is they'll get Olivia Rodrigo to sing the same thing a bunch of different times, and they'll use multiple of those takes, and they'll spread them out around what's called the stereoscopic image, is how you hear sound left to right. In a mix. And so hers move around some, there's multiple of them. And what happens if you sing something twice, even if you edit it to be the exact same as far as notes and pitches, because the voice and how it produces sound is always a little bit unique, you can always hear if it's 2 takes. So if you sing one chorus and then the engineer puts it in the left ear and you sing that same chorus again and the engineer edits it to completely match this one in terms of timing and pitch and puts it in this ear, you can tell it's 2 different takes. However, if you do 1 take and just double it and put it in the left and right ear, if it's happening at the same time, it'll just sound like it's right in the middle. Your brain will combine them. So that's how you tell something's multi-tracked, is if you can obviously hear different takes happening around this stereoscopic image. And it's Olivia Rodrigo's music has a lot of that in it, and we just get a great example of that during this chorus.
Feels like
Go back a little bit.
doubt, full of poison, and my heart is full of doubt. I got toxins in my bloodstream. You tried hard to suck them up.
Yeah, so obviously, like, these takes are edited to be very similar, because if they're not, if the pitch is a little wonky or the timing of the syllables is a little wonky, it sounds very messy. You do not want messy in a studio recording that's going to be heard by hundreds of millions of people, literally. You want it to be absolutely timeless and pristine. And so you're going to want to edit the takes to be very, very close, right? So it's not messy. But because it's different takes, we get this wonderful multi-vocal sound that comes back to us. It just makes it way more interesting. It feels like there's a lot more happening. It feels like, Olivia writes from the heart, and is a lot of songs about heartbreak and getting really angry and emotional about things. It's wonderful. Her songwriting is very authentic and awesome. And sometimes adding voices to that can add to an emotion. It's like if you have an angry part of a song, but it's just one voice down the middle, it might not hit as hard as if you have 3 voices in that mix, all doing that thing. It can really elevate the intensity of whatever you're trying to accomplish. And I feel like we absolutely get that here in this chorus.
And it feels like medication, and it's good for me, I'm sure, but it don't matter how your love feels anymore. It'll never be the cure.
She does get up to a high C sharp. Some kind of it sounded pretty connected to that chest voice, getting up into that really lovely yell quality you get in high belting.
Don't matter how you love.
Back one more.
Like medication, and it's good for me, I'm sure, but it don't.
It's probably a mix. It sounds like too easy to be full chest voice up on that high C sharp 5. But really, just great vocal color, good vocal fold closure, just a very healthily well-produced tone.
Matter how your love feels anymore. It'll never be the cure. It'll never be the cure.
Still in C sharp major here. Come on, give me some drums.
Used to play games.
Ooh!
When I dated a guy.
Wow, unexpected.
Tally up the girls that he fucked till I start to cry.
F word mentioned. Only get a few of them. You only get a few of them in pop music. This is crazy. So the song really builds and builds and builds, and it really makes you feel like we're about to get like some kind of pop punk, like I said, 90s alternative rock drum beat, and then gone. And then it just goes almost entirely back to what we got in the first verse, just this pretty subdued acoustic guitar, and Olivia right back in that very soft, breathy, intimate place of singing. Pretty cool. We'll fake out.
It'll never be the cure.
Building, 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 building.
Used to play
Nothing.
a game in my head when I dated a guy. Tally up the girls that he fucked till I start to cry. I thought I found the antidote this time. I thought I found the
Is that her looking all the way through his head?
antidote this time.
Commentary on guys probably having nothing going on up here. Or maybe they get whoever she's talking about. Pretty cool. There's probably a ton of that. Ton of that going on in this video that I'm going to completely miss, but that seems like what's going on there.
I thought I found the antidote this time, but I'm unraveled. I'm
Okay, so here we're getting our, like, this transition point in the song. It's talking about unraveling, and you feel that it's reflected really nicely in the music, and this is just a very cool music video. Like turning into thread, the thread animation now coming out. And then it just sounds like musically also we are actually going to get into that more like alternative rock with the drums and all the rest of it, all the other bells and whistles. See how they're playing with the voices? Like, it's evoking that feeling of unraveling. You hear a voice here, and then here, and then multiple voices here, and then some harmonies here. It's like, whoa! It's like the vocal parts are unraveling in a way where it's not just like pop vocal right down the middle or whatever. Cool, very cool. And that's all on the side of mixing engineers and producers and stuff like that. So that's now Olivia. I no idea how much involvement she has beyond songwriting or how much songwriting she does. I really, quite frankly, you don't know, and it's hard to know for sure for the biggest artists out there. But either way, the result is very cool. There, so that's see how yelly that quality is? Like, it's a good yell quality. It's a controlled yell, but how much more powerful that high C sharp was than when she went up there earlier in the song, very clearly in a lighter mechanism. When she's now in this moment unraveling as this song's really building, then it makes sense for her to go up there and reflect that in like the actual effort one has to do to produce the sound up there in pure chest voice. Sick. This is crazy because this is, again, you feel like drums might come in, but it's actually it's like an orchestra of guitars. It's like tons of guitar. There's background atmosphere things on the production side happening, right, to fill out any empty space that's left. But the main thing is Olivia's attacking the vocals harder. There's more power, and there's a lot more. There's just a lot of guitar. There's a lot of guitar happening. It's very cool. Very cool kind of sonic landscape we're in. Electric guitars now too, in addition to acoustic.
And it feels like medication, and it's good for me, I'm sure, but it don't matter how your love feels anymore. It'll never be the cure.
So good. Love that chord. And yeah, there's just so much lovely instrumentation, like really filling out everything. And really the only, like, the main element that's left is like drums, which if she's saving drums for the final chorus, that's just great songwriting and production and like how a song builds to keep it interesting. I get really tired of music, and there's a lot of it in the pop space where there will be whatever, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, fine, great. And then there's just a second chorus after that final chorus, and nothing is different about it. It just tag it. You just tagged it to make the song 30 seconds longer, and there's nothing new added. I'm just like, why? Like, you can add a violin. You can add some other element that would just elevate that final, add some more harmonies, add some more multi-tracking, just like do something if you're going to repeat the final chorus, because we've already heard it 3 times. Like, if you're going to hear a chorus a 4th time, it should be more interesting. That's my hill that I will die on. Anyway, this song so far has been structured wonderfully to where it really is just, you just want to know what happens next. It's stayed very compelling the whole time. Yes, Olivia Rodrigo. Great bridges. A lot of great bridges from Olivia Rodrigo where we get really interesting new material. So now we are taking one motif we've heard before, which is the unraveling motif. We run through that again with some slightly different vibe than before. And then a new motif had just started coming in. So then we get something old and something new combined in what I think is the second half of this kind of bridge section. New thing. Come on, drums. Come on. So good. So good, right? Like how compelling is that? So we had the thing I just mentioned and the new motif. Why is that not ever enough? Lyrics. We get this snare build up in the drums, and then right when the chorus hits, we get the full drum set sound with all the bells and whistles, the multi-track vocals, the harmonies, everything like coming together after that big build up. So good. So good. Be enough. Come stitch me. Stitch me up, yeah. Sick. And what I say earlier, violin, and they throw some violins. They got some lovely strings happening when this chorus hits. A violin, a high violin lead can always be heard. So it's a great element to add when the song gets really dense with instrumentation, drums, multi-layered vocals, instrumentation, piano, blah, 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 blah. You throw a lead violin in there and you can always hear it. So that is that's why I mentioned it earlier. It's a great thing to add in a final chorus when there's this wall of sound. Put a violin in there. It will add something. It won't take up any space in the mix, hardly. That's a whole other rabbit hole. Your mix can afford a lead violin, especially subtly. Just in the background, but you'll hear it. It's in the right ear. So like we've heard her sing this before, but now it's with all of this, it's a totally different vibe. I mean, it's like the tempo feels like it's double time because what the drums are doing. We have all this other instrumentation. So it's like her voice is a part of this wall of sound. Earlier it was much more, pop vocal, where it's like pop vocals, overwhelming main focus, and then kind of everything else. I love this in a final chorus when it's more like a handshake between the backing parts and the voice. It feels much more operatic that way. And for those new to the channel, I have sung opera professionally for many years and still do, although it's not my focus anymore. There are many points in operatic performance where there are no microphones, where the orchestra can almost drown out the singer because it's just better for the storytelling. And you don't get that level in any kind of contemporary music typically, but this is one example where like her voice is at a closer level perception and volume wise to the instrumentation than it was earlier, and than it is in most pop music.
And it feels like medication, and it's good for me, I'm sure, but it doesn't matter how your love feels anymore. It'll never be the cure. It'll never be the cure.
one voice there, right? So we're so used to heavy multi-tracking from Olivia throughout this whole song. And then we get one single voice very quietly. I mean, this is what I was just talking about. It's like her voice is actually difficult to hear clearly with what's going on. Multi-tracking, multi-tracking. Still multi-tracked. Not multi-tracked. So this one right here, 424, is one voice, just one take for Olivia, which is cool. And it sounds so stripped down and like kind of raw and intimate after hearing such heavy multi-tracking. Huh? Super cool. It'll never beat. It'll never beat. Fuck me. Listen to these strings. Listen to these live organic strings. Yes. Nothing like live strings. What is that violin? I was wondering if she was gonna step on it. Slow walk. She's so cool. I just love her. I just really love her as an artist. Like, just from age whatever 16 with her first album, it's just like just really good music that as a 32-year-old man kicks me in the emotional nuts somehow. Fantastic. Hope you guys enjoyed. I would love to do more music in the pop world. There doesn't seem to really be an audience of people that want to hear deep musical analysis about pop music. But hey, if you like this video, please recommend more, leave comments, please engage with it, and maybe YouTube will push it out. Because again, I could talk about any song Olivia does in this way, and I would love to do it. So hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. I'll see you hopefully in the next Olivia Rodrigo video. All right, peace.